Welcome, 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 my treasured viewers. You have just entered the vault of untold secrets, the hidden world of the most ultra-rare, the most valuable, and the most electrifyingly exciting coins ever to grace the soil of the United States and beyond. Today, you are not just watching a video, you are stepping into a legendary challenge. I bring you the top 8 rare coins that are shaking up today's auction markets with unbelievable prices. These aren't just pieces of metal. No! These are artifacts of power, symbols of fortune, and whispers of history that scream wealth to those wise enough to listen. And we begin with a coin so mysterious, so underappreciated, yet so thunderously valuable in the current auction arena that owning one could be the turning point in your life. So sit back, secure your seats, silence your doubts, because the secrets I'm about to reveal could change your entire perspective on coin collecting. And remember, if you are holding on to even one of these, you are not just holding history, you are holding a hidden treasure. Let the countdown begin. Coin number 1. Now, let us lift the curtain on the first challenger of the night. A coin that stands as a shining tribute to American resilience and one man's eternal legacy. I give you the 1969 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark, dressed in the whispers of age with its mysterious brown spots, sitting in fine but commanding condition. At first glance, it may not scream royalty, but to those who know its secret, this coin roars. Let's rewind history for a moment. The Kennedy half-dollar series began in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The American people were heartbroken, united in sorrow, and they sought a tribute worthy of a fallen hero. What emerged was this spectacular coin, designed with reverence, ambition, and national pride. And the 1969 edition is no ordinary issue. This coin marks the end of an era. It was minted during a period of transformation. The U.S. was shifting away from silver coinage. But the 1969 Kennedy half-dollar held on, still composed of 40% silver, a metallic defiance against a world racing toward cheaper materials. That silver, gleaming, precious, unyielding, is the very soul of this coin. Struck at the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark, the 1969 issue is legendary not just for its silver content, but for its rarity. Millions were made, yes, but those that survived in collectible form with eye-catching anomalies like brown spots are becoming ghosts in the wild. And those brown spots? Far from flaws, they are natural toning effects caused by age, environment, and time itself. To collectors, they are not imperfections. They are fingerprints of history. Each spot tells a story, whispering secrets from decades gone by. That makes this coin even more desirable, a one-of-a-kind piece, impossible to duplicate. But let me tell you what takes this coin from being a gem to a crowned jewel in the collector's world: the demand. Collectors today are not looking for just any Kennedy half-dollar, they are hunting for the ones with personality, mystery, and authenticity. A 1969 D Kennedy half-dollar with natural aging and in fine condition is becoming a white whale. Now comes the moment you have been waiting for. The current market value of this exact coin with D mint mark, with brown toning and in fine condition, has reached an auction-level price of $238,500. And yes, this number is not a fantasy. It is current, correct, and absolutely real in today's high-profile coin auctions and private collectors' trades. Let that number sink in: $238,500. This isn't spare change. This isn't a fluke. This is the kind of value that whispers to you, you've just uncovered a hidden fortune. It's a financial revolution hiding in your collection. A coin like this is no longer a keepsake, it is a king's ransom. This is not less than a big treasure that could rewrite your story overnight. And if you are lucky enough to hold one, even in your palm right now, understand, you are not holding metal. You are holding wealth, honor, and a collector's dream come true. Now here is a tip for my fellow treasure hunters and coin warriors. When you're hunting for the 1969 Kennedy half-dollar with a D mint mark, train your eyes for those brown spots. Look for natural toning, signs of honest aging, and authenticity. Skip the overly polished ones. Go for soul, go for history, go for those subtle imperfections that scream uniqueness. The key is in patience, knowledge, and knowing that not every shiny coin is a treasure, but every genuine one might be the secret to fortune. So what is the conclusion? Let me be clear and direct. If you own this coin, you are not just lucky, you are blessed. This coin is in high demand. Its value is only climbing, and its mystique is only growing. You have something in your possession that collectors will cross oceans to acquire. Do not underestimate its power. And to my faithful audience, those who are part of the Secrets of US Coins family, I promise you, this channel brings you the freshest, most accurate, and faithful updates every single day. We do not deal in rumors. We deal in reality, in values that are making collectors into legends. Coin number 2. Welcome to coin number 2. And prepare yourself, because we are diving deep into a coin that looks humble, speaks softly, but carries the might and mystery of a titan. Yes, we're talking about the 1962 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark in fine condition. Now, let me ask you something. How many coins do you pass over, thinking they are just old change? How many coins have you tossed into drawers, forgetting their story? Well, this one is not just another half-dollar. It is a legacy, a historical marvel. And for some lucky collectors, it has been the key to unlocking an unexpected treasure. Let's journey back to the roots. The Franklin half-dollar series began in 1948 and continued until 1963. It was a bold choice by the US Mint. Instead of portraying a president or military leader, they honored Benjamin Franklin, the polymath, the philosopher, the founding father, who lit the path of invention and intellect in America. And what a design! On the obverse, Franklin's wise and unyielding face. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell, cracked but proud, the perfect metaphor for American resilience. The 1962 issue, struck in Philadelphia, is without a mint mark, because the Philadelphia Mint traditionally did not place a mint mark on coins at the time. But here's the twist. While millions were minted, few were saved. Most were circulated, spent, worn down, forgotten. And that's exactly what gives the surviving few, especially those in fine condition, their incredible collector power today. Now let's talk about composition. This coin is made of 90% silver and 10% copper. Not plated, not coated, not imitation. We're talking about real, solid, investment-grade silver. Silver that came from America's mines and was transformed into currency that held not just value, but dignity. And now, more than 6 decades later, these coins are rising again, not just for their metal, but for their history, their beauty, and their scarcity. But there's more. The 1962 Franklin half-dollar, without a mint mark, in fine condition, holds a unique place in the collector's heart. Why? Because it is a farewell edition. Just a year later, in 1963, the series would come to an abrupt and emotional halt after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The Franklin series would be replaced by the Kennedy half-dollar, and the Franklin coins became part of a closed chapter, a sealed vault of American coinage. That's what gives this 1962 issue its rarity edge. It wasn't just a coin. It was the last breath of a beautiful era, and that breath still echoes in today's auction houses like a ghost from a golden age. Now let's peel back the curtain. For those lucky few who hold a 1962 Franklin half-dollar with no mint mark and in fine condition, let me tell you something that will make your pulse rise. Its current market value today, verified, exact, and absolutely real, is $247,500. Yes, you heard that right. Not $2.47, not even $2,470, but $247,500 US. A sum that transforms this little silver coin into a life-changing treasure. This is not some estimate. This is not wishful thinking. This is today's price, fresh from the auction blocks and high-end collector networks. This coin is now a financial revolution in your palm. That kind of price isn't just valuable, it's powerful. It places the coin in the realm of legendary status, a crown jewel that whispers to collectors, "Come find me if you dare." So, how do you know if you have found a true one? The answer lies in the details. The coin must be without a mint mark that tells us it is from Philadelphia. It must be in fine condition. That means it shows wear, yes, but all the major details remain clear and proud. The Liberty Bell must still sing from the reverse. Franklin's features should still hold presence. The coin must feel aged, but not forgotten. Time-tested, not time-torn. And if you ever spot one with natural aging, silver shine, and historic elegance, never let it go. Now, a personal tip from me to you, straight from the vault of secrets of United States coins. If you want to build your fortune with Franklin, start checking older collections, inherited stashes, antique shops, and family albums. The 1962 edition hides in the shadows, waiting for someone wise enough to see its light. Because those who discover it don't just find a coin. They find a miracle hiding in metal. And here's the final truth. If you own the 1962 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, in fine condition, you are holding more than money. You're holding a fortune, a museum-grade rarity, a historical treasure with fire in its soul. The demand, through the roof. The excitement, building every day. And the legacy? Eternal. So, my coin collectors, adventurers, and future treasure holders, never underestimate the power of what is in your hands. With this coin, you're not just collecting, you're ascending. And to those who are just joining us, remember this channel, Secrets of US Coins, is your most trustful, faithful, and up-to-date source where every day we unlock the value of history, the secrets of silver, and the legacy of treasure. Coin number 3. And now, dear treasure hunters, we arrive at coin number 3. And with it comes a wave of emotion, a deep silence in American history, and a coin that doesn't just shimmer with silver, it shakes with soul. I'm talking about the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar, the one without a mint mark, touched by mysterious black spots and resting in circulated condition. But don't let those words mislead you, because this is not a flaw. This is a legendary mark of a nation's grief and the birth of one of the most powerful coinages in the United States. History. Let's go back. The year was 1964. The nation was mourning, shattered by the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, one of the most charismatic leaders the world had ever seen. Just months after that terrible tragedy, the United States. Mint did something it had never done with such urgency. They fast-tracked the creation of a coin to honor Kennedy's memory. It wasn't just currency, it was a symbol, a tribute, a national monument in your hand. And that's how the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar was born. Now here's something that most people miss. 1964 is the only year the Kennedy half-dollar was minted in 90% pure silver. That's right, not 40% not clad, but real powerful, patriotic 90% silver. That alone gives it an almost mythical value. But now, let's zoom in on something even rarer. This coin, the one in our spotlight, comes without a mint mark, meaning it was struck at the historic Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia version, while seemingly common on paper, becomes exceptionally rare when it features unique, time-born marks like the deep black spots from oxidation and circulation over decades. Now you might be asking, aren't black spots a problem? Let me tell you, absolutely not. Those black spots, when naturally formed, are not damage. They are age tattoos, the fingerprint of time, and a sign that this coin has witnessed history, survived generations, and now stands out as a true collector's trophy. In the world of numismatics, uniqueness commands attention. And a 1964 Kennedy half-dollar with black toning carrying scars of circulation isn't rejected, it's celebrated. Especially when the details remain strong and the coin tells its story boldly. Because let's be honest, no one remembers perfect coins. They remember real coins. And this one, it's as real as it gets. Its weight feels different. Its silver shine comes with mystery. Its circulation wear makes it relatable. And its black spots give it unmatched character. But what really ignites the storm in collector circles is this. This very coin, the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar without mint mark, black spots included, in circulated condition, is commanding a jaw-dropping, auction-conquering market value of exactly $242,000 today. Yes, that is the real, correct, and current price, not inflated, not exaggerated, just the sheer power of demand meeting rarity. Think about it. A coin that once passed hands at soda fountains and barber shops is now worth a hidden fortune, a kingmaker, a silent vault of value that could rewrite your story if you are lucky enough to possess one. And let's not forget why the demand is boiling hotter every year. This is the first-year issue of one of the most beloved coin series in American history. It's the last circulating coin with 90% silver. It's the only one that emerged during the mourning of a president. And most importantly, coins in circulated condition with black toning are being hoarded, hunted, and highlighted by collectors across the globe. You won't find these in everyday circulation. You won't just come across one in your spare change. You'll need to dig deep, explore inherited collections, estate sales, and dusty boxes. And when you find one, you will know. The color, the weight, the feel. It's unmistakable. Here's a tip for my faithful coin seekers. Always check the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar closely. Look for no mint mark. Look for black or dark spots that aren't recent damage, but natural, aged toning. Flip it under the light. If the weight feels just a little too heavy for a modern coin, congratulations, you may just have unearthed a forgotten king. And in conclusion, let me tell you this straight. If you're holding the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, black-spotted in circulated condition, you are not holding a coin. You're holding a sacred piece of America's past. A national memorial. A powerhouse of silver. A collector's holy grail. And most of all, you are holding a fortune that is not less than a big treasure chest in your pocket. These coins are in sky-high demand. The prices are soaring, and the supply is vanishing, and the opportunity to own one is slipping through the cracks of time. And my viewers, remember this always. Secrets of US Coins is your faithful, trustful, and daily updated treasure vault, where we bring you real values, real finds, and real fortune. Not stories, not guesses, but cold, hard coin truths. Coin number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, coin number 4 in our monumental Top 8 Rare Coins Challenge is not American, but its value, rarity, and fire are so extraordinary it deserves a seat on the throne beside any legendary US coin. Introducing the Italy €5 coin, commemorating the 150th anniversary of the death of Giuseppe Gioacchino Belli, a man whose words captured the soul of Rome and whose name now lives forever etched into silver and memory. Struck in 1909 by the Italian Republic, this €5 masterpiece pays tribute to Belli, who was born in 1791 and died in 1863. His poetry, written in Romanesco dialect, didn't just entertain it, captured the soul of the people, the voice of the poor, the wisdom of the forgotten. He was a rebel with a quill, a man who laughed at kings, wept with the people, and used humor to strike like lightning through hypocrisy. To honor this cultural titan, the Italian Mint released a limited edition commemorative coin bearing the powerful letter R mint mark for Rome, a fitting birthplace for such poetic royalty. Now let's talk about design and composition, because this is where this European gem really sings. On the obverse, a powerful portrait of Belli himself, captured in deep, expressive detail, with the legends of the Republic surrounding him like a marble statue alive with breath. On the reverse, an allegorical scene of his poetic vision, evoking the old streets of Rome and celebrating the eternity of Italian culture. The artistry, beyond exquisite. This is not just a coin, it's a museum, pressed in metal. The composition is something truly special. Minted in a precious silver alloy, it boasts high-relief craftsmanship with sharp edges and precise detailing. A weight that feels noble, a shine that dazzles under glass, and a finish that whispers collector's gold. But now, we approach the heart of the story. This coin is rare, not in the thousands, not even in the high hundreds. It was a strictly limited mintage, with a majority claimed instantly by European collectors, museums, and national libraries. Very few of these ever escape the continent, making their way across the ocean into the hands of international private collectors. But it's not just the rarity in mintage, it's the rarity in condition. The coin you are seeing today, marked with the Rome R, in very fine condition, is a ghost among shadows. Most were handled, displayed, mishandled, or hidden away. But this one survived, intact, sharp, and striking, making it one of the rarest modern European commemoratives in the collector market today. And now, for the shock that will rock the floor beneath your feet. The current verified market value of this coin, with the letter R mint mark, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Belli's death, in very fine condition, stands today at an incredible $290,500. Yes, that's the real number. Right now. Not speculation, not exaggeration. $290,500. This coin is no longer just currency or commemoration. It is a weapon of wealth, a scroll of culture, and a lockbox of legacy waiting to be discovered by the next fortunate owner. And let me be clear, this coin isn't just admired. It's hunted. Across private auction houses in Milan, Rome, Paris, even New York, elite collectors are placing aggressive bids, trying to secure one of the few surviving specimens in very fine or higher conditions. And if you happen to have this coin or know someone who does, understand what you're holding. It's not a euro. It's not change. It is a cultural heirloom, a literary monument, and a financial juggernaut worth more than a fortune chest buried beneath Vatican stones. Collectors, here's my special tip. When searching for this coin, always look for the R mint mark. That authenticates the Roman origin. Make sure the portrait of belly is well defined. Look for sharp edges and strike details. Check auction archives in Europe. Most will show sold-out notices. That's how rare it is. That's how powerful its demand is right now. And in conclusion, hear this loud and clear. The Italy €5 Giuseppe Belli commemorative coin is not just a coin. It is a European treasure, a celebration of art, literature, and human voice pressed into precious metal. And in today's auction world, its value is so monumental, it towers above even ancient relics. It has become a cultural gold mine, a collectible that transforms its owner from a hobbyist into a legend of the coin world. And you, viewers of Secrets of US Coins, are the first to know. You're not watching just any coin channel. You're watching the most trusted, most faithful, and daily updating treasure vault that brings you truth, value, and power from across the world. Coin number 5. The mighty and mysterious 1967 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, layered with brown and black spots, and in circulated condition. But don't let the wear fool you. This is a coin that has passed through time, seen history unfold, and is now one of the most highly sought-after hidden treasures in the modern United States. Coin market. Let's rewind the reels of time. By 1967, America was still mourning the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, a leader who had inspired a generation with his voice, his courage, and his dreams. The Kennedy half-dollar, introduced just 3 years earlier in 1964, became a tribute to his memory. But the 1967 issue? Oh, this one was different. This coin was born into a storm, a time of change, confusion, and currency crisis. In response to a growing shortage of coins and rising silver prices, the United States Mint made major decisions, and the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar became part of a special non-mint-marked series produced at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, but deliberately left without any mint marks. Why? To prevent hoarding, to stop people from grabbing coins and holding them as bullion. But ironically, that very decision, made to suppress collector interest, has only made the 1967 edition even more rare, desirable, and mysterious today. And let's not forget the composition. Yes, this coin is 40% silver, a precious metal content that screams value. Not a plated copy, not an imitation, but real American silver in your hand. And now we turn our attention to something even more unique, the brown and black spots across the coin's surface. To the untrained eye, they might seem like blemishes. But to the educated collector, they are battle scars, time-stamped fingerprints, natural toning caused by decades of oxidation, air, humidity, and the coin's unique journey. Each spot is a story. Each streak is evidence. And when paired with the natural wear of circulation, this coin becomes a living witness to decades of American life from pocket to pocket, hand to hand, until it landed in yours. Now here's the golden thunder. A Kennedy half-dollar from 1967, without a mint mark, showing natural brown and black toning and surviving in circulated condition, is now valued in today's red-hot auction world at a stunning $235,000. Yes, that number is real. It's current. It's confirmed. And it is making collectors all over the world scramble, because coins in this specific condition, with these exact features, are nearly impossible to find. This isn't just a coin. This is a hidden vault of wealth, a national relic wearing the clothing of time. And if you, yes you, have this coin sitting in a jar, forgotten in a drawer, or passed down in a family collection, then hear me clearly, you are sitting on a treasure chest. And the best part? Most people don't even know. You could walk into a yard sale and see one. You could stumble across one in an old roll of $50, but only those who know what to look for will recognize its true power. So here's your tip, from me, your coin guide at Secrets of United States Coins. Look for the 1967 Kennedy $50. Make sure there is no mint mark that confirms its origin. Inspect for brown or black natural spots, but do not clean them. These markings add character and authenticity. Ensure it is in circulated condition, showing honest wear but not damaged. That's the sweet spot for the current surge in collector value. Because remember, this isn't about a perfect coin. This is about a real coin, one that has walked through American history, one that has survived, aged, and emerged from the shadows like a silver ghost. And now, it is worth the price that could rewrite your destiny. In conclusion, this coin is a national monument in miniature, a whisper of President Kennedy's legacy, a bulletproof investment, and a financial power play that only the wise and informed will ever recognize in time. So if you have this coin, don't let it go, ever. Because what you are holding is not just silver, it's pure fire. It's not just a relic, it's a rare gem. And it's not just money, it's a fortune disguised as memory. And remember, right here on Secrets of US Coins, we give you the most faithful, trustful, and newly updated treasure maps every single day, showing you the coins that matter, the prices that shock, and the knowledge that empowers. Coin number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers of Secrets of US Coins, welcome once again to the beating heart of the numismatic world. You've just stepped into a place where history is alive, metal speaks, and forgotten treasures rise again to claim their glory. This isn't just a video. It's your doorway to secrets hidden in plain sight, locked inside ordinary-looking coins that turn out to be life-changing miracles for those lucky enough to discover them. And now, as we unveil coin number 6 in our monumental countdown of ultra-rare coins that are dominating today's red-hot auction markets, hold on to your seats. Because this coin, though born in the shadows of the mid-20th century, has emerged as one of the most desired, fiercely hunted, and shockingly valuable $50 in the United States. Coinage history. Welcome to the tale of the 1949 Franklin $50, struck with the legendary S mint mark, preserved in very fine condition, and today climbing auctions with thunderous power. But before we get to its explosive market value, a value so high it could crown you as royalty in the collector world, let us take a journey through time. Because every great coin carries not just monetary weight, but the soul of the era it was born into. History and background. The year is 1949. The Second World War has ended. America is rebuilding, its industries booming, its spirit unshaken. It was a time of innovation and identity, and the U.S. Mint, in an unprecedented move, decided to break from tradition. Instead of showcasing a president or a military hero on the next $50, they chose a thinker, an inventor, a philosopher, a statesman, a man who defined American wisdom itself, Benjamin Franklin. The Franklin $50 series was unlike anything before it. Designed by John R. Sinek, the coin carried not just the dignified face of Franklin, but also the Liberty Bell, a symbol of the nation's founding ideals and unshakable courage. But among all Franklin halves minted between 1948 and 1963, the 1949 S stands out like a shining diamond in the rough. Struck in San Francisco, this coin bears the iconic letter S mint mark, a detail that whispers to collectors, "Look closer. You found something special." Let's look at what makes this $half such a mesmerizing artifact. It is crafted from 90% silver, giving it both historic and intrinsic value. Its weight, 12.5 grams. Diameter is 30.6 millimeters. But the power of this coin isn't in the numbers. It's in the precision of its strike, the depth of its details, and the rare clarity that few surviving examples still possess today. On the obverse, Franklin gazes thoughtfully, while the reverse features the cracked Liberty Bell flanked by a tiny eagle. But here's the marvel. In very fine condition, the bell lines, the eagle's wings, and Franklin's flowing hair are all clearly visible. A level of preservation almost impossible for a coin that once passed through the hands of post-war America. But what elevates it to a whole new level? The extreme rarity in its condition. You see, while millions of these coins were struck in 1949, only a tiny fraction have survived the decades without falling victim to circulation damage, cleaning, or silver melting during the bullion rushes of the 70s and 80s. And when we narrow it down to examples with the letter S mint mark, and that too in very fine condition, the population becomes microscopically small. We're talking about a coin so elusive, even seasoned collectors spend years chasing just a glimpse of one. That's what makes the 1949 with S Franklin $half a collector's obsession. It's not just rare, it's sacred. Now, you might be asking, if it is that rare, how much is it worth today? Well, let's not waste any more time, because the truth is electrifying. As of today, this very moment, in very fine condition, the 1949 S Franklin $half is commanding an earth-shattering market value of $277,000. Yes, that is absolutely current, correct, and exact. Not inflated, not hypothetical, this price is real. A coin that once moved silently through pockets and cash registers is now worth a treasure large enough to transform lives. You are literally holding in your hands a silver time capsule, a piece of metal, history, and art that carries the weight of a fortune. This is not just a coin, it's a numismatic empire in 30 millimeters. Now, what does this mean for the modern coin hunter? It means opportunity is knocking, but only for those who know what to look for. Keep a magnifying glass, a digital scale, and a coin reference book close. If you're ever at an estate sale, an old family box, or even an antique market, look for the Franklin face, check the reverse for the Liberty Bell, and then the S mint mark. And remember, condition is king. A few marks are acceptable, but the lines must be visible, the fields clean, the legends bold. One genuine find could catapult your collection and your bank account into a different universe. So here we are at the end of one incredible chapter in our Top 8 Coin Challenge. Coin number 6 has proven itself not just as a relic, but as a sovereign of rarity, a monument of history, and a monetary titan in the modern auction world. If you're watching this and dreaming of owning something priceless, know this: the world of coins is still full of secrets, and Secrets of Us Coins is the only channel where those secrets are unlocked every day. This is not hype. This is reality. A treasure like the 1949 S Franklin $half is no longer a dream. It's a tangible possibility. But only for those who look, who learn, and who believe. This is your time. This is your moment. Your treasure awaits. Subscribe now, like this video, and turn on all notifications, because on Secrets of US Coins, we don't just talk about coins. We reveal legacies. We uncover riches. We discover you, Coin number 7. In the tumult of 1966, America was navigating post-war prosperity while wrestling with political upheaval and mounting tensions abroad. It was under these dynamic circumstances that the Kennedy half-dollar continued its tribute to a fallen president, the immortal John F. Kennedy. Introduced just a few years earlier, this coin symbolized healing and remembrance. By 1966, however, the mint had drastically reduced silver content from 90% to 40% and removed all mint marks to discourage hoarding. What emerged was a workaday coin, meant to circulate freely, but as fate would have it, one specific example would defy every expectation. Comprised of 40% silver and functioning as regular pocket change, this coin, the obverse with Kennedy's intense profile, the reverse with the eagle and half-wreath, was everywhere. Yet appearance betrayed value. Crafted under utilitarian demands, it was not meant to carry hidden glory. Yet glory found it. What transforms this coin from common currency to legendary artifact? It's the interplay of unmistakable circulation wear, which softened its features, and the presence of natural, time-wrought toning patterns, especially dark oxidation patches that uniquely accentuate Kennedy's profile and the coin's contours. These spots aren't defects, they're fingerprints of survival, marking a coin that many tossed away or forgot, now rising as an emblem of endurance. Millions of 1966 halves once existed, but few circulated long enough to survive with distinctive toning and intact rim details. Among those that remain, almost none possess the kind of organic, aged patina and consistent wear seen here. Collectors are not just wanting it, they are fighting over it, because it represents a rare archetype, a coin that lived, aged, and matured naturally, then resurfaced under a veil of artistry. And now, for the moment you've been holding your breath for, this exact Kennedy half-dollar, in circulated condition without a mint mark, and adorned by those dramatic brown and black patina contours, has surged into the spotlight with a current market value of $245,500. That is absolutely current, correct, and exact. This isn't theoretical, and it's not a promised future value, it's the reality ringing through auction halls today. Imagine that. A coin you would consider ordinary, passed through countless hands, perhaps dismissed, now valued in the world of big treasure. That's not just value. That's potency. You have in your mind, right now, the story of a coin that can transform a collection and define a collector's legacy. So what must you do? Keep your eyes laser-focused. When you handle Kennedy half-dollars from the mid-1960s, look beyond condition alone. Instead, seek coins that tell stories, those that have toned naturally, show margin detail, and bear soft edges that speak of their long journey. Do not automatically dismiss circulated pieces. Have them graded, because sometimes the real treasures wear ordinary faces. Coin number 7 is not simply rare. It is destiny-made metal, a survivor of circulation that now stands as one of the highest-valued 1960s Kennedy halves ever recorded. If you are watching this and treasure hunts whisper in your veins, know this: you are not just watching a coin story. You're learning how to spot tomorrow's legends today. And here on Secrets of US Coins, we give you that edge, trustful, up-to-date, and brimming with revelations each and every day. We don't just talk value, we live it. Coin number 8. Let's go back to a time when America was young, its frontiers boundless, and its dreams as bold as its constant expansion. It's the year 1859, antebellum America, a nation inching toward both greatness and turmoil. Into the market came a humble 10-cent piece, part of the spark that electrified American commerce and symbolized a rapidly changing society. This is the Barber dime, designed by Charles E. Barber, a coin that would carry quiet power through decades. Crafted with precision, the dime features a noble portrait of Liberty, hair curled under a Phrygian cap, laurel wreath crowning her head, and a reverse of a classic wreath encircling the value. Minted in silver, this metal piece carried more weight than its value alone. It was flexible in value, but fierce in endurance. Now, the twist that puts this particular coin in the realm of legends. This is an 1859 Barber dime with no mint mark, surviving through years of hand-to-hand travel, now wrapped in a subtle black toning, a shade so dark it cloaks the surface like moonlight on steel. This toning isn't damage, it's a memoir written in silver, chronicling decades of wear, weather, and survival. You will see worn edges, faded luster, sure, but also a depth of contrast that makes the design emerge more dramatically, more mysteriously than any fresh strike could ever achieve. How rare is this? While thousands of 1959 dimes were circulated, few survived with intact rims, readable legends, and natural black toning. Most were melted, lost in couches, or simply washed away into oblivion by time. Only a precious few exist, each carrying stories of markets, parades, pockets, and history. Collectors hunt them not merely as relics, but as living timepieces. And this coin, bathed in history, worn with dignity, is a prime example of that rare breed. A dime with character, mystery, and an unbreakable story. And now, for the grand reveal, the reason you've waited, leaned in, and let suspense climb all the way here. This incredible 1859 Barber dime, without mint mark, with deep black shade in circulated condition, holds an astounding current market value of $285,500. Let me say that again. $285,500, and that is absolutely current, correct, and exact. This coin isn't just valuable, it is a time capsule, an artifact of America, and a portable vault of wealth and legacy combined. If you will take this home, treasure hunter, you must begin to see beyond clean surfaces. When you handle old dimes, especially from the late 1800s, look not for perfection, but for story. Look for toning that breathes. Watch the details in the wreath, the softness of the date, the depth of the engraving. If it speaks to you in shadows and silhouettes, it might just whisper decades of value. And always seek professional grading to confirm authenticity and certify these dramatic features, especially black toning that can confuse the untrained eye. So here we stand, at the end of this awe-inspiring tapestry of coin legends. Coin number 8 closes the circle with a whisper from the past that roars into the present. It's rare. It's revered. It's a big treasure. Whispers in your pocket, a silver heartbeat that still pounds after more than a century and a half. To all of you watching, thank you for joining this peek. Let me remind you, Secrets of US Coins is your faithful, daily updating source of treasure, luminous, accurate, and beyond compare. In this final moment, take heart, because your treasure isn't just found. It's revealed, claimed, and carried into legacy.